but not really because they're not really elves. But it's the closest visual comparison.
It's the
Or was
ears.
It's the
Anyone
ears.
with pointy ears looks like an elf.
Elf, yeah. Like the elf are the quintessential like pointy-eared race.
But then
It is.
again, orcs have pointy ears, as do goblins, so they're all elves, really. That's what
That's
you
true.
should tell
It's
an elf.
humans who are weird.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which, to be fair, is also usually the case.
Mm-hmm.
that's their strength. Just
That's what
being
it is.
weird.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I always thought a human strength was the fact that they can do in 20 years what it takes most races 100 to do.
Yeah, other races think that's weird. They're like, why are you in such a hurry? Oh, it's because you live like
Oh,
a
yeah.
child's life.
It's because you're dead by the time I'm considered an adult. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Your life is ending by the time I just started. Ugh, humans. Humans are fun in the fantasy environment. You met up with Redan, who you talked to, and gave you a little bit of the lowdown. Oh, I say gave you a little bit. Mostly just had a little bit of conversation with you about confirming that this is where you're going with it, and not taking the other big path this campaign could have gone down. There'll still be Titans, don't you worry. Just so much less. That path would have just that path would have turned into a little bit of Monster of the Week, but more so Titan of the Week.
Mm.
But Titans are fun.
Instead of Titan of the Month or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. Oh man, it's fine. This way instead of it's this way's harder on me because instead of having to design a bunch of different monsters, I have to be able to jump to a bunch of different fucking worlds.
Yeah, especially if I just
You're
do a
welcome.
random world.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can do. Ironically,
That
I can
one's
do a
your
random world
favorite. Okay.
better than I can just picking one. Like if you were to go to any place in Eberron that isn't Sharn, I'd be like, If you go to a random world, I got 3 on standby right now.
I'm gonna go to the world of divinity. Let's get some source powers, guys.
You got to learn about it first. Argus ain't learned about that one yet.
No, and we'll never.
Also, you weren't born a sorcerer. So
Okay, Skyrim. Let's go to Skyrim.
No. I have an idea.
Black
I have an
Star
idea.
of Zora.
I have an idea. Use Cedric as a
Well, we know
conduit.
the Black Star
Let's see what
ends here,
happens.
so.
Yeah, exactly. That's too bad. I don't think that item actually functions that way. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. That is gonna be the canon. That shit got sent out of fucking Tamriel. It got sent over, like, it just banished to Eltharion, as everything does. There we go, new canon.
Yep. We're just the fucking trash dump of the universe.
Exactly. When another plane doesn't want to deal with their shit, they just send it into the ether. And where
Hey,
does the
can you
ether
imagine
send it?
how
Right to
how
you.
it was when it was locked? There was like, garbage piling up everywhere. People on strike. It was bad. Bad
Oh, yeah.
times.
Mm-hmm.
I suddenly feel targeted.
Mhm.
What? Why? Oh, yeah.
I got sent here.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you're
Yeah, your
different,
god
Dietrich.
didn't
You're not
want to deal with
trash.
you.
You're not trash. No.
You're the gem that was thrown away with the trash.
Yeah, the diamond and the rough.
Sadly, was like very worthless. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
funny thing about that, I think
Okay,
Cal
I
technically
suddenly
falls
felt
in that
really
list,
good
so,
for a second, and then you wrecked it.
Well, you're at least one Electrum.
But you got that second. You got that second of happiness. Well, what more do you want?
yeah, that's
really
more than
good.
you usually get.
Well, I guess blueberry
It's-
syrup is what you want. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if instead of like a safe ship, Clark Kent was fired off in the garbage chute. Just had to get rid of all the
finally put it
shit, but also
Pretty
sent
much what
kind of the
happened was
one
this-
decent paladin that he had left off with it. Like you
Yeah.
can keep us safe, but you're going off with the trash disposal.
It wasn't even that. It was more like, all right, we could bring him back, but does anybody really want that?
We could spend all the resources to find him, or we could get a margarita machine. Which one would you guys prefer?
Man, I mean, I know what I'd pick.
Let's see. We
So
could
I'm gonna
have a homicidal, sociopathic killing machine, or
A very delicious
Cappuccino
Dice
machine.
margarita.
Or a Keurig.
Yeah. Or
Oh man, we're going lower and lower by the
Exactly.
the margarita machine to the cappuccino. Now it's a
Well,
Keurig.
we need to find the line where it is of equal value to Diedrich.
Oh shit!
But Diedrich is negative value, right? He causes problems.
do
He
not.
does cause problems. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, no,
God,
you can't
purpose.
You
refuse
kill
that.
children.
That he was not a child.
I love how every couple of weeks to a month we circle back around to that. It's
Yeah.
one of my
It's
favorite
never
things.
resolved. You know,
No,
he,
it
he
never
does not
is.
budge.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. This
No.
it's so it's great to have you here, Diedrich. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I gotta say.
Fucking hell. But you informed Zidran.
Baban.
You informed
Sir Biban.
Zerbibnibble of your intentions for the near future, of which he asked you to accompany him on a short journey, as he wanted you to meet some folks, and took you to Sigil, to a tavern, to meet some individuals that he said, in the common tongue, you would refer to, you would more than likely refer to them as his party, from when he was actively like adventuring and such, adventuring in quotes, planeswalking in his younger years. I guess be younger Eon because he doesn't really age in the Astral Plane. Where you met Miss J and Kamad. Both not people of very many words. As you imagine, people of many words don't often get along with Zerdan. But each interesting individuals in their own right. Kamad, a very, pardon the pun, bull-headed, angry individual with a couple of Planeswalker apprentices. Gareth Synthete and Yachtjaw. A Hexblade Warlock and a Totems Druid. Miss J doesn't have any. She said she has yet to find any who is worth her time. You conversed, learned a bit about each other. They told you a little bit about what they've been doing, trying to track down these bits of the umbral body. Saying that they have had very little success. As anytime somebody who is roughly their equal shows up, they promptly fuck off. They may be dicks and assholes who are ruining the multiverse, but nobody can say they're not smart. The currently agreed upon measure that I believe you all came to is trying to find a way, namely for Gareth and Yachtjaw to come to you, and also to find a way to get you to be able to come to them across the multiverse. Should either of you come across the pieces of the umbral body. Yachtjaw has, as by his magic as a totem druid, given you one of his Gree, one of his totems, that will probably help him be able to locate you while planeswalking. However, Gareth, Argus, and eventually Frigo will have to find ways to figure something out to allow them to zero in on a locale while planeswalking.
Yeah, I
At
think
least when they don't know where they're aiming. At least when they're aiming for a person and not for a place.
I have a solution. It's just gonna wait until I get my spark a little bit better. And we have a party, and they're just two dudes. So as
Yeah.
long as we can help them out, we should be fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Saw what Gareth did to Diedrich real quickly.
No,
Yeah, but
it's-
I'd say something like arms would prove a bigger challenge than Diedrich, the
Oh, yeah.
banner boy.
Oh,
From across the bar, you hear, "Fuck you!"
I raise a glass to him.
Go back to your blueberry pancakes, buddy.
Oh yeah. Luckily, Gareth's second best skill is bravely running away.
Brave Sir Robin.
Middle
Yeah,
name
oh,
is
yeah.
Robin. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we're gonna have to get to it on that one because I'm pretty good at that too.
Oh, he just teleports. He doesn't run.
Oh, that's cheating.
Run away.
He's a warlock. You think he ain't packing Dimension Door?
I know that feeling.
He also has the best steed in the world. You might see him eventually.
Whatever.
No one's better than Edgar.
You did kind of ruin him.
Fun!
It's not about him being ruined, it's just because I love my steed more.
True. Devalit is a lad. Lady Viv. Oh,
He's so intense at all
Oh, yeah.
times.
He is constantly at an 11 out of 10. It's just so much fun. And the other steed in that game is at a constant -2 out of 10, and it's great. But we will pick up here with you having just had a duel with Gareth. After hearing he was a bit of a duelist, and also very, we'll say, shy about how strong he really is. When in single combat, aside from the monsters you have faced, he's the strongest person you've ever faced.
No, hey, I lost. Now we
Oh,
drink.
yeah. I do believe, Melkor, you gave him a tankard of sobriety, as he was quite adamant that he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
As although,
He's gonna get
although,
alcohol gastritis though, but I mean, it's
oh
still-
yeah, I mean, hey, he won't be drunk at least, which is what he tries to avoid. As even though he downplays his power a lot, he really doesn't want to get drunk with that trident in his hand. But we pick up here at this bar. A couple of you kind of have squeezed over at the bar proper now. Gareth, Diedrich, and whoever joins them. While Kamad, Ms. J, and Zerdan have very short but meaningful, by the looks of it, conversations. They do not talk much. None of them do.
All involves looks and grunting. It's
Oh yeah.
magnificent.
It's beautiful.
Zerdan is still like the least like talkative out of all of them, but it's not by much. Miss
They have
J
an
is
understanding.
yeah, Miss J is probably the most talkative out of all of them by the looks of it. But we pick up here with you all at the bar with Yacht John Gareth, the other three older planeswalkers a little ways away, talking about fuck knows what.
We're at the kids' table.
Yeah. Daddy, and Mommy are over there at the table talking about real shit. Meanwhile, Diedrich slap down. I'll tell you this, Diedrich. Slap down however much money you want for either quality or quantity of booze. If you want it, they got it. If you don't know you want it, they got it.
Then I'm just gonna.
Except blueberry syrup. They're fresh out.
Shit! No. You know what? I'm just gonna I'm gonna pull out 16 gold and slap them on the table.
The bartender, which looks to be fuck it. They're a new race. I love it. Looks to be in a pretty nice, the kind of garb you'd expect most bartenders to wear. Very nice, like not quite suit, but a nice garb. A rabbit folk. Looks at you. Will that be in quality or quantity?
No, the 16 is for quantity, and then I slap another 10 down for quality.
Noted. You basically have just oh, absolutely.
Sir peasants.
It wouldn't have mattered how much gold you slapped down. They had a brew for it.
Malcolm slaps down 200 gold.
Oh yeah.
Of course he
For
does.
quantity.
Fucking money bags over here
Oh,
with his
yeah,
fancy
fucking
pants.
2,000 gold suit.
my fancy
Yeah,
outfit.
just you wait till Melkor ends up being like the fucking piece of the Emerald body. Now he's got the fancy pants.
Yes.
Yeah, you have as much ale as you could desire, and a couple glasses poured of a nice like dwarven brandy.
Ooh.
Before Diedrich gets sloshed, Argus will put her hand on his shoulder. Just so you know, when you go into the astral plane, you don't sober up, and well, no time passes. So keep that in mind. Yeah.
Sure.
I shake my head as I feel like he's completely missed the point.
He just I'll
I'll have 2 more.
While slowly putting the drink to his lips and drinking.
Oh yeah,
Just
absolutely.
while he's talking, I'm still like, I went through 2 while he was talking. Like,
If we get a rest and tomorrow, I'll take protection from poison, I think.
Can you protect from fire? Is that an ability you have?
I think protection from
No.
energy is a cleric spell.
Let me. Technically.
Well, I would just suggest keep it handy. There are red dragons in the Astral Sea. Lots of them.
As you do.
Especially where you're going.
Yep.
There's gonna be.
At least they're young. There's not the old ones, but a lot of them. Like
Well, no,
people just ride dragons there.
they can't control the old ones.
No. It's like their fucking like frat years. They come over, they get some loot, you know, hang out with the boys, and then they leave to become their own dragons.
Oh yeah. Oh man. But you enjoy some drinks at the bar, Diedrich.
Yep.
Gareth does not drink a lot. But to other people, it becomes quite apparent that Gareth strategically takes a little sip every time Diedrich looks over. And does Diedrich, you'll end up getting drunk, so we're not going to bother rolling for this, but we'll do a pretty good job of convincing Diedrich he's drinking with him.
I will assist.
so hold on. Let me see if I can. Trying to think.
Oh, don't
Diedrich
I'm pretty
strikes
sure
me as the
deception
type.
is
The
gonna
Diedrich
destroy
strikes
you
me
all.
as the type
Don't hurt
that would be
yourself.
like, "Why are you still drinking that?" And like snatching the cup out of his hand and putting another one into it. Like
No. I
That
think the
sort
whole
of
time
drinking,
Melkor
buddy.
would minor illusion the cup to change every time you look at it to make it look he's drinking more than
Yes.
normal. That's how I'm assisting here.
Yeah, and we can
Oh, yeah.
so we can all just like any time one of us drinks a drink, we put the cup next to Gareth.
Oh yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Take one down,
Yes.
pass it around.
Oh yeah, Diedrich, there's all these empty glasses by Gareth. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like Gareth is drinking more than you.
he's pounding him back.
just starts two-handing at that point.
Diedrich double fists and gets drunker. And
It's like Legolas and Gimli doing their drinking contest. This is really what's happening.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna cut ahead on that one as Diedrich gets trashed.
I love you guys.
Oh god. Eventually, as things start to die down, and Yatja ends up causing a little bit of chaos. Talking with y'all, Yatja, you end up finding out comes from this little backwater place that doesn't even really have a name. Ended up falling in with Gareth after falling through a planar portal he didn't quite realize he opened on his own. But eventually, the 3 adults are gonna motion you all over back to them. with a very drunk Diedrich.
Between us, just
Oh, yeah.
hanging off shoulders.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love you. No, just
If what?
Absolutely amazing. But as you head back over, you all kind of take some seats you had previously. There's Zerdan gives a slight look over at Diedrich and just kind of shakes his head a little bit, like, that's fine.
For the
And looks
best.
and then looks at you all. There is not much more we have to tell you. We merely wished you all to meet each other and grow acquainted. But before we part ways, there is one last warning we want to give you all before you are cast about the universe. That secondary method we have of planeswalking, where we allow the planes to guide us where they need us. There is a slight drawback to that. There is a chance, anytime that we allow the planes to take us where they will, that we are taken to one of the worlds we couldn't save. We have taken to calling them dead worlds. And it is recommended that if you find yourself on one of these dead worlds, you leave as soon as possible.
What is on these dead worlds that you've found? What's left?
Remnants of lost civilizations and peoples and gods even. If you are feeling particularly stupid, treasures beyond
Always.
your imagination. But the things that the Chained Oblivion left behind on these worlds, horrors beyond your imagination.
And there's no hope for these worlds? No way to restore them?
They are lost. In theory, would not be impossible to save them, but it would take the concerted efforts of many, for many years, to cleanse them of their corruption.
And we have bigger fish to fry. And then catching his like manner of speech, he awkward looks at Gareth. No offense.
No, that kind of thing happens a lot. No, there's a lot of fish-based idioms that surface goers have that I've just kind of, I get it. It's not, you don't mean anything by it.
I like fish.
Well done, Diedrich.
Good boy.
The immediate indicator of you arriving on one of these dead worlds is they are drained of their connection to the planes, which is, we believe, partially what tricks the planes into sending you to them. It takes a bit more out of us to travel there. So if you end up on one of these planes, you will likely need to spend the night to recharge before you are able to leave.
Very well.
The smart thing to do would be to hunker down and wait it out.
I'll keep that in mind.
I know that is likely not what you are going to do. But I will at least make you aware.
Well, it is hard to save the planes if you die on them.
Precisely.
But also, we're not smart.
Probably shouldn't have told us about the treasure, to be honest. That would have was a bad idea.
Yeah, yeah.
You would have found out one way or another. With entire civilizations being lost to the chained oblivion, it would have been a logical leap.
Mm,
And as adventurers, I feel you would have found out anyway.
He'll nod, take another sip from his drink.
But I do believe that this is the part where we all are to part ways on our journeys.
There's one thing left to discuss. He kind of like motions to Fridja. Well, as the three of you know, surely, Fridja has power of the plains within her.
They all nod.
She'll be training under me to, well, assist us in these efforts. He'll give a look to Fridja just to, confirm that she's locked in here.
She kind of nods. Again, is that kind of like, what else am I going to do with my life? Everything else I knew is gone. I mean, I found a purpose. Let's fucking carpe diem. She nods. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to be doing, yes.
Not all bad. Get to travel the plains, see the worlds.
Should be-
Destroy eldritch abominations.
That's always fun. If it's anything like the crazy shit we've already seen, then this should be interesting. Granted, your plane is a bit wilder from the one I came from. If my other planes are like Altherian, then this will be fun. Kamada kind of chimes in. Altherian's a bit of an outlier here for the multiverse, so most planes are both tamer and more wild than it in their own ways.
That's
Well-
gonna be fun, whatever that means.
Well, expect the unexpected, I suppose. But-
Yeah. Miss J, it would be impossible to explain it. It's something you have to experience.
Well, we're gonna get to.
Yeah, August stands up. Been a bit of pleasure meeting all of you, but it's best we get to it, I suppose. And I guess we'll hoist Diedrich onto his shoulder.
Yep, absolutely.
Come
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Yep. Yatja and Gareth begin getting up to leave. They all start getting up. You see getting out as they start leaving the bar, or slash walking into the bar as they're leaving. You see a horrifying thing. What looks to be a goblin shark on a horse's legs walking into the bar. Among
Oh.
the tables.
Sigil.
And you see Gareth kind of run over and give this horrifying thing some scritches behind the gills.
What the fuck?
It makes horrifying noises that some of you would recognize as deep speech, which Gareth responds in kind.
I will
It's-
wince when I hear it.
Yeah. It is it is the language of abominations as well as the deep.
Nothing wrong with it.
That's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
So I'm sitting here like drunkenly reaching for something. Give me a pointy.
Give him a spoon.
Smite with a spoon. That's
Fuck it.
funny.
Feel the
Uh,
energy
but-
infusing.
They start leaving. Everyone starts to leave. Where are you all going?
I mean, there's accommodation here in Sigil, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If you
Let's just-
if you want to spend the night before you go, absolutely.
We'll rest a night here and then leave bright and early in the what passes as morning here.
Yeah, it's always whatever time it needs to be in Sigil.
Hmm.
This place is just fucking wild. You can drop a couple gold for you all to get accommodations at somewhere for the night. As long as you don't cause trouble here, you won't have trouble caused for you. Mostly. At least on the upper part of the ring. You head further down the ring, that might not be the case. But up here, that's generally how it works.
Stay in the
Right.
visitors section.
Yeah.
When I spoke to Vera, did she want us to meet in the district of Discards or somewhere else?
She more than likely the district of Discards, yeah.
Sounds good.
I had to think about that one. I was like, oh, did I say?
It's just the easiest place to be, like hidden
It
on
is.
Tunareth.
Oh yeah. And especially since more than likely you weren't coming with other Gith, it was like, ah, fuck it, what does it matter?
Yeah.
But you all get some sleep. Diedrich, you will have a hangover.
I'm rolling for it. What are we rolling?
Con save. Poison is a con save. You will have a hangover.
Damn it!
Plus 13 can't even save you. God damn.
That's funny.
Unbelievable.
That's
Oh, big yawn. Ugh.
16.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny because I was trying to find like a place for where you go to meet Vera, and I was like, oh fuck, where all I have is this pick of Turnath. Where am I gonna? There's no other Gith cities, and I was like, wait a minute, it is Turnath. You fucking dumbass. But you all will come to the next morning. It could have been in that bar. They would have had rooms available. That was the start of Gareth and Yatja's day, so they planes walked out. I'm gonna describe Yatja's way of planeswalking as I really like it, as it came out on a big old like fucking swamp boat and just fucking rode their asses out into the planar in between.
Just one cornetto.
Yep. I'll describe the others too, just because I want to, and it's really fun. Because I'm the DM, so fuck you. You've seen Zodran's. Miss J just kind of became cloaked in darkness and vanished. And Kamad left as a lightning bolt. And just in a flash of light was gone.
That's not show offy.
Argus, you
If
have
you're
the
not showing off. Pardon?
Argus, you have the fragment of Moltar, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It zapped a bit, like in your pack as he bamfed out.
Oh,
Like you felt that. Like, ow, fuck.
Interesting.
yeah. Whenever you'd like to, hand that over for a second, I
Nope.
enjoy having.
Nope. You're not making any more deals.
I just need to give it to a certain Sphinx.
I have another DM right now who has a fragment of Maltar in their shit, and it makes me the happiest fucking bitch. It's like my favorite primordial's Maltar, and it's But it is a morning. You are able to get some breakfast should you desire for a couple silver, more than likely. Still out of blueberry syrup.
Heard Dietrich's pants.
Bullshit.
Yep, fresh out. The plains-wide shortage on blueberries.
I'm just sitting at the bar going, I need something heavy and greasy.
They give you some meat and potatoes.
We'd like all the bacon and eggs. That you
Oh yeah,
got.
bacon and eggs. It's yeah,
Yeah, not a lot. All of them.
all of them. I'm afraid you didn't quite hear what I said. I said all.
All of the
Just-
bacon and eggs.
Just don't let the physique fool you. He will put the food away.
And then they walk away. It's just the solid hand fist. Just yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you get some breakfast in you. You put it away, nice greasy bacon and eggs. I want some fucking bacon now. Some eggs. We got eggs? I think we got some eggs. I'm making eggs after session. And here you are.
Right. So before we travel, a few things to know. You'll feel an overwhelming presence of death. That's normal. Do not go towards it. You will die. Naturally. Diedrich, I'm looking at you mostly. But also you, Keofi. It's
Not
not
fair.
something we can fuck with.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty normal.
Diedrich, I want to hear you say it. What are you gonna do when you get to the plane of the astral sea?
Try. What was the question?
I'll slap him upside the helmet. Do not fuck with the undead there. Got it?
Kill all the undead. Got it.
No.
I'll punch him again.
Hold on. I'm confused.
Again.
Stay on the
He'll
boat.
repeat this. He'll repeat this until Diedrich repeats it. Yeah. So if Diedrich gets a concussion, that's on him.
I'm just,
So
I imagine this round goes a couple times, and eventually I won't mess with the undead.
Good, Diedrich. I give him some jerky.
oh my God. Turn him into a goddamn dog. A little bit of trolling. Oh, that's great.
Most excellent.
All right, let's go. And a storm rolls through.
Most excellent. The storm rolls through, and you all appear. Oh, you're supposed to be in the GM lair. You're not here yet.
Oh, what's this?
Don't worry about it.
I can't see anything.
Looks like
What?
endgame content.
Okay.
It looks like full raid. That's full raid.
Oh, it is. You can't see anything, Diedrich?
I'm still at the same place we were before.
Refresh the page.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I will at least narrate as you arrive. I imagine you arrive in the district. Fucking.
Yes,
Just
Look
some-
at it up. Look at
What?
it upside down. We know you can't see things the right
I see nothing.
What?
It's
Maybe I
blood
punched
green.
him too hard.
way.
May have.
I think it's still
Great.
loading. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
Question,
loading.
w-
Oh well.
Maybe.
Are you using Google Chrome?
No.
Oh,
He's using
Oh,
Internet
there we go.
Explorer.
Internet
There
There
we
we
go.
go. Alrighty then.
Did they
We're
change
back.
that? It's not Internet Explorer anymore. It's
Yep,
Microsoft
you
Edge.
all-
It's Edge, but still nobody uses it.
Yeah. You all arrive. In a less How do I describe this place effectively? You arrive in the most depressed city in maybe the universe.
Baldur's
At least
Gate?
in the most depressed section of the city universe.
Yeah, this place is a shithole.
Oh yeah. Tall, decrepit buildings. A type of architecture that it's like if it's like in a weird in between dwarven and elven. It's tall like elven, but it's got this kind of dwarven feel, more or less. It's just a few sad folks in the streets. Just it's reminiscent of the what did I call them? The motherfuckers in Zastira. The not the forlorn.
Oh,
The not the forsaken. What did I call them? Can't remember off the top of my head.
the soulless motherfuckers.
The
Yeah,
broken.
yeah, the broken. Yeah, reminiscent of the broken. From Zastira. Though seeing them, you at least know these at least still have, on a technicality, the spark of life in them.
I'm
Well,
just gonna
close
sit
as it
down
can
and
get.
pout.
Yeah. Diedrich, also give me a charisma check.
Oh,
Straight charisma.
Mm-hmm. But the other thing, the divine caster ascends without any checks. There is a overbearing, overwhelming scent of undeath here. It is just ambient. The area is infused with it.
This is bullshit.
And with a 20, you sense something else, Diedrich. You sense something that is similar but different to what you feel when you were trying to connect with a monitor. It's not a monitor, but you can distinctly feel some type of divinity beneath your feet.
I go from pouting to like it's probably the weirdest thing. Like I just sat down to start pouting because Argus says that I'm not allowed to do anything, so I'm just gonna sit here and pout. And then all of a sudden I feel it, and it's like I'm just kind of staring at the ground with this weird look on my face, like
Diedrich,
hell
you're
is
in a
that?
lot of confusion right now, is all I'm gonna say.
No, there's I'm just kind of like touching the ground, like I'm trying to look for it.
Mhm.
Like
I
there's-
like the one time I tried to do something nice for Diedrich by getting him not killed. He's angry about it.
Of course he is.
no. That's
Yeah.
that's something else. There's something here.
Oh. Yeah. I guess you'd catch on to that.
Touch on the what?
Mm,
This is a dead god. The city.
Hold up. Pause.
wait, what?
Okay.
Stop that. Hold on. Stop that.
Let's just roll back a little.
Stop
You know,
the
the astral
interplanar
plane
storm.
is the astral plane is the place where everything exists, including gods. Yes.
Okay.
This is great.
This one died. He touches the ground, and its carcass has been floating. Then the GIF yanks.
Oh, it all makes
Nuclear.
sense now.
Yeah, see, we're all on the same page now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
I
Diedrich?
see it now.
No, we're not on the same. This is not okay. This whole place
do
is
you
not
mean?
okay.
What's
This
wrong?
is not
Fucking
okay.
cool.
Very great picture of this, Lilith. That's all I'm gonna say. Very good picture.
Oh yeah.
I did-
My favorite thing is you can even see like the head, the body.
Yeah,
the
no,
arm.
I'm looking
Don't
at
go,
it.
don't go here,
Yeah.
Diedrich. Don't go there. That's a bad place.
Don't go here. Do
That's where the
not.
dragon. There literally be dragons there.
So you're telling me
Do not.
So you're telling me to go
there's
there.
a chance of going there
Yeah,
by
what-
saying don't go
what-
there.
Why do you think she made her domain here?
Who's she? I don't know who she is.
What presence do you feel aside from the ground?
Dead. Lots of dead.
Yeah.
And the
That's-
overwhelming urge to
we-
purge said
we-
dead. I'm
we don't
fairly
say-
certain Theothi's with me on that.
We don't
You
say
sure?
her name on this place if you don't want to get in trouble.
So the dreams nightmare you had.
Yeah,
with
this
my
the one you wanted to
parents.
kill.
She's
Yeah,
here.
among others.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, guys.
There is not only a level requirement, but a party size requirement to get into here.
Melkor's eyes just light up gleefully. He's excited to die. This is great.
Mhm.
I
But we're
kind
not
of
dealing
have
with
the-
that.
I kind of have the
Oh.
urge to attempt to meditate.
Also, it took me this long, but downtrodden.
Downtrodden. There
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Thank you. That is absolutely the term.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know
The
where that
people-
notebook went.
At least in this part of the city are reminiscent of the downtrodden.
So, for the sake of, I'm just going to
Yeah.
throw this one out there, and
Y'all are kind of over
because-
here.
someone's probably gonna yell at me for it anyway. So
Don't
before
do it.
I do something stupid,
Too late.
Mhm.
shall we go do whatever the hell it is we're here to do?
Yeah, we don't want to attract any attention here, which we already are. But
I'm a
This-
beacon of
this-
light and life
yeah, maybe
in a
stop that.
place of dead. I don't
Stop
stop that. I don't
Stop
stop
that.
that. It's
Yeah.
a thing. It's a
Yeah,
thing.
maybe-
It is me.
Yeah, maybe
You just want me to stop being me?
Sheath it. Just sheath it.
It's gonna get us all killed. All right,
You
Follow
brought
me.
me here.
follow me. Don't speak to any strangers, Diedrich.
Yes.
Don't go into any alleys with people. Don't do anything you'd normally do.
Should me and Zell be watching DJ babysitting him? now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have the angel. Well, actually, two devils will be on his shoulder.
Oh yeah. Just all you gotta do is tie a rope around his foot and tow him like a fucking balloon. You're in the astral plane.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
with
floating? That makes it better.
Yeah.
oh no.
Because we all know I have no control over that shit.
Oh, yeah, you got a rope around you. Don't worry.
Yeah, with a quick pace and his hand on his sword hilt, he's gonna lead the way to wherever we need to be.
Oh, well, now I'm really pouting. I'm just a big, sad, pouty balloon.
Okay, your helmet is covering up your face.
Can't believe we ended up in Yarnum.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a big ass, pouty parade float.
hmm Not that that's unusual for him.
I'm
Hate
going
astral
to,
bullshit.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Oh, I will say one thing that might mean something to Argus. There is usually something of a fog in this city. It's low-lying, nothing that doesn't really hinder sight. There's usually something of a fog here in the city. The fog is cleared currently.
I don't like that. That's bad.
You can give me some type of roll, because that does mean something. Because you know it's always foggy here.
Is a
Guidance.
perception check okay?
No, this is more of a knowing things about
Knowing?
Turnath check.
I don't really do knowing
I-
things.
I like.
Yeah.
What's your second highest one?
Of knowledge skills?
Tell me the skill, and I'll see what I can do with it.
Well, I'm
Cooking,
getting.
that's great.
I mean,
I'd allow-
you don't know anything about this place, do you? So.
I don't know, but I'm
Um,
just gonna try to
what
work
are you
it out
allowing?
for you.
I would say Arcana, even religion. Not Arcana. Actually, no, I would allow Arcana, History, Religion. Actually, History and Religion first if you got those. Arcana maybe be a little bit harder.
Yeah, got none of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are dumb motherfuckers.
A
By the way-
strength-based Arcana check. Come on.
hmm
By the way, that's me trying to walk.
So 17.
Mo-
Yeah, again a 17. Diedrich with a 17. It's mostly a walk. Every now and then you have this phantom step that just skates along the ground.
Son of a bitch! It kind of puts me back in the air for a second.
Yep. You kind of gotta you gotta focus your focus.
I just kind of like I imagine the rope is still there, so I just kind of tug myself back to the ground like.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
With the 17, Argus, you remember what that means. It happens. It's not an infrequent thing to happen in Turanath, but it doesn't happen terribly often. The fog usually only clears when preparations for war are being made.
Raiding time. Well, that makes sense why Vera wanted us
Mhm.
now.
And with this roll, with what I rolled on the encounter check, on your way to get to Vera, everyone give me a perception check.
Oh yay!
Jesus fuck. Okay, everyone notices. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck right.
They're not being particularly stealthy, but fuck. I say they're not being stealthy. They're not being stealthy at all. They're just in a place your eyes might not look naturally.
That fog's gone away. There can't be.
Absolutely. And it's even easier to see now with the fog gone.
Look to the skies.
Yes. Exactly. That is where all of your eyes are drawn. As kind of on top of one of the buildings that has a pretty good view of this arm. We'll say y'all are on this arm is where this district is, and it is an arm. Yep, the middle left one. Well, the dead god's left. You're right. If you're looking at the map.
I was just pointing to a building, a
It's-
taller
Oh,
one.
Yep.
Too
Uh,
large for me to have any understanding of that from being stood on it.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. Like the moment you see any kind of map of this place, you'll be like, "Oh, those are arms." Okay. At the very least, you can see the skull. You might be able to piece it out from there. But yeah,
Mm.
it's impossible not to see the skull from damn near anywhere in the city. Oh dear. But all of you notice on the top of a building that can see a good portion of this district. You'd have to take a lot of back alleys to not be seen by them. Is what looks to be a couple, where very clearly anybody with two brain cells rubbed together can recognize them. A couple of red dragons with a couple of well armored humanoids at their sides.
You guys look
That,
friendly.
With a 28 Melkor, you definitely notice them long before they notice you. But they're very clearly just like it looks to be like on a lookout. It doesn't look like they're looking for anything in particular, but they are just on a lookout.
So what you're saying is we should probably be hiding a little bit right now.
Argus,
feel
you would
threatened.
say so.
I feel threatened. I
Yes.
feel threatened.
All right. Split up into
Dietrich,
groups.
get your ass in the building.
Unclump and get into buildings.
What buildings? What buildings supposed to go into?
I just grab your ankle. Come on.
I'm not floating. I'm walk floating. I'm working this shit out. Damn it.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't matter. You're sideways right now, and I'm dragging you with.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
You all just fucking dip.
Mhm.
Give me stealth checks.
Oh.
Well,
This is going well.
I would say, can we get a little bit of advantage for quickly noticing them before they noticed us?
That will affect their perceptions.
Oh.
Oh,
like
shit.
so.
So I can cover
Well,
the group with
that's,
me with Patvat Trace. I imagine
Okay.
Frigid will have to do that for the ones with her.
Yeah, splitting up into groups. Frigid will go with one half.
Me, Zell, and Diedrich are together, I guess I would say.
Yeah. So we can count. We can at
Bunch
least
of
count these
unstealthy
as,
shit.
as a plus 10. Enough of this place is dark enough for Frigid to get invisibility. Jesus goddamn. Even she didn't roll that great with advantage, but it's good enough. Clara's actually surprisingly stealthy.
I always forget Clara's with us at this point.
It's because a lot of it doesn't directly involve Clara because it's planar shit and she's the tinkerer, so she's just kind of like there.
Oh,
10. Yep.
oh boy.
Okay, but
What?
technically both. What's the split of these groups here? I know Melkor grabbed Dietrich, but who's going with who?
It's Melkor, Diedrich, Zell, and
And Zell.
Frigga, and then the
Yeah.
rest of us.
So Argus, Kaothi, Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argus, Kaothi, Clara. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
see the two different groups: 28, 18, and Clara's 20, because past that trace. And your group had a 33, a 17, an 18, and a 21. Well, let's roll for a dragon's perception, shall we? How perceptive do you think a dragon is?
Stupidly.
Dragons are pretty fucking good at
They're pretty-
that.
oh, no, they're very
They
perceptive.
don't have true sight yet, I don't think. Because they're
No.
only like shitty dragons.
It's not a matter of perception. It's a matter of whether or not they give a fuck about what they just saw.
They probably do.
Yeah.
We look too
Oh.
proud to be in this
Oh,
place.
they will. Oh, they are very perceptive. Oh, boy, howdy.
Proud? What do you mean proud? I'm pretty much half the time floating on my head.
Yeah, but you don't look crushed like the people that live in this place. That's the issue.
No, I'm just morally crushed because of somebody.
Whose fault is that? Your own damn fault.
Not my own damn fault. You told me that I can't do what I did.
Because you can't be trusted.
They're too far away for me to do anything. So
I imagine.
Dave-
I would like to imagine this conversation is going on over the earring.
I'm going. We're gonna have some fun here.
Fun for you.
I could
Uh,
put a negative to their ability checks, but I'm guaranteeing they're more than 60 feet away. So
Oh, they're absolutely more than
yeah,
60 feet away.
yeah, I can't. help
It's
it.
it's like it's well over 100. It's probably like 200, 300ish feet away. But considering a dragon's sight, that
Yeah.
it's not going to affect their perception all that much. If you would give me a moment, this doesn't necessarily mean combat is happening yet, but I will tell you the first perception check was a 23.
Can any of you guys, like in the other group, speak Draconic? I guess Frigga can.
Frigga can.
Frigga can, yes, he
Yeah,
wants E
okay.
language.
Uh,
No, not
Because
you.
Frigga taught me.
Yes.
But it's not the
No.
dragons that are gonna be talking. It's gonna be the knights. God damn it, you guys are fucked. Hopefully they spot our group.
maybe.
You know what? Can you all give me the average of both of these groups?
Oh, yeah, 17, 18, 21, whatever Bridges was.
22 rounded up for our group.
Okay, that's 22 for one group.
I think our average is like
I don't know.
19 or 20.
Wait, what did Frigga get?
Yeah, what is
Frigga got a 33.
Well, that 17 and that 18 fuck it up pretty good.
4, it's 22. Round it down.
I was close.
So both groups
Unless
got
that
22.
yeah, basically. Unless Frigga doesn't add 10 to her 33, then it's 43.
Oh no, she got that would no. She that is
Okay.
definitely
Yeah,
with,
no,
yeah.
then yeah, it's 22, same.
Okay, most excellent.
But 17,
In which
yeah.
case, flip a coin, someone.
Guess
I
I'll
feel
do it.
lucky.
I feel lucky.
All right.
Oh, Fergus. Well,
Well.
Cool. It is a 2 either way, which is not Argus's group.
oh,
Bullshit.
oh boy.
So,
All good luck, guys.
so let's
Like if you cut off one of your limbs, we can resurrect you afterwards.
it's okay.
let's
It
hold
is
on
okay.
here while I get this set up. Oh shit. Drag. There we go. Jesus Christ. The Argus. I'm gonna just get this set up here. Mind you, this does not mean combat has started yet. They were still several hundred feet away. But Here we go. We need something with a bit more intensity. So allow me one moment to swap out the music.
I always wanted
Does
to
the
find
buildings
dragon.
we're inside actually mean a fucking thing?
Dragons, not really. But in terms of concealment, they matter.
You know how you were talking about flamethrowers earlier? Thanks for the foreshadowing.
How's this one sound?
You know, it's great that I do know comprehend languages. I just
Oh,
not
thank
have it
God.
prepared.
Oh shit! God damn it! Why'd you tease us like that?
I looked at my sheet and I was like, "Fuck."
I will tell you because a dragon, I say a dragon, even 2 dragons taking off is not quiet. You absolutely hear some heavy wing beats kick up and some distant shouting by the sounds of it. But at the very least, you have a moment where they're not engaged with you, so you have a second to do something.
Argus, we needed to look a certain way and you didn't think to tell us before we set off here?
None of us can disguise the entire group like that, can we?
I have a disguise kit!
I got a disguise kit.
I have a disguise hat.
I also have fucking self-disguise.
Listen, this place is where all the rejects go.
Oh, then why don't we
We
fit in?
should have been fine.
Rejects!
We should have been fine, but I didn't know they were fucking patrolling this street today. All right, Melkor, come in. Come in, Melkor.
Come in, Malcolm.
Roger,
He's
Roger.
not, like he hasn't been listening to the whole conversation.
Can you get the fuck out of there?
Oh, yeah, that's easy for you to say right now.
Bridger will be
I
fine.
got the floating balloon. Fridge has disappeared.
I'm on the
already.
ground. I am on the ground.
And then Zell, well, Zell's a little silent. I don't know what you want me to do about it.
You hear from the shadows. I'm right here.
Ah, gee, Christ, could be a coronary before we... Oh, hold on. Let me look through my spells real quick, everybody. Oh.
Come on, wizard, do something wizardy.
I do have invisibility prepared today. I
course
don't
you
know
do.
how much
You
that's
would.
gonna help us. Dimension door can only take 2 of us.
How far are we from the meeting place?
You are probably roll me 20. We'll say. Okay.
Not close.
It's not on this map. You're probably still a couple 100 feet away. But I will say that's still dimension door range.
Yeah. But did they spot both our groups? I guess they spotted them, but they're only going for the one with the chuckle fucks.
Yeah, you got a floating, beaming, glowing ball of light attached to a rope.
No amount of disguise kit is gonna help that.
No.
Need to fix
It's
that,
not.
Dietrich.
There's but
I
between
can just turn it to myself.
between
turn
these
him
two
into a
groups,
banner?
although their stealth checks are technically the same, there's definitely one that stands out a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how.
My stealth was
how
actually
ancient
higher than
these
those
dragons are. Is the reason why? Because.
Are we trying to get them safe first? Do we have some time?
See how quickly they're flying? We got a little bit of time, but I can dimension door one of us.
Clara, help me strip off.
Okay.
I could cast invisibility on me, Zell, and Diedrich, and pray to God we don't fuck up.
You could.
I mean, can you dimension door Diedrich out of there? Because he's the
Yeah,
main issue.
yeah, oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Am I the main issue? My stealth.
Because you're a
was higher
glowing
than everybody.
ball!
Oh, no.
Oh,
You're,
We all know I can
Glowing
make the
effect,
ball
buddy.
smaller.
oh,
And
no.
you are also a paladin.
Facts.
So-
Okay, I'll accept that one.
Yeah, that one does not help you here.
If,
I
if
will
we're gonna
accept
do that,
that one.
I just need the direction of
Yeah.
where the then I'll go in that
Yeah,
direction.
yeah,
and hope
I
we don't
mean-
end in a wall.
Argus has a perfect sense
What?
of direction, so I think he can
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
give the location,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, there are 2 divine casters, but Kaothi at least has the excuse that his magic is in a roundabout way necromantic.
Death-based. Yeah.
But the good kind of necromantic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of. Okay.
Yours is not.
The Sun Paladin is like one of the worst enemies these guys can imagine.
Uh-huh.
To
Well,
be fair,
after-
You brought me here.
if I had mislead prepared, this would be easier to run away, but it's not.
I could get that and get Diedrich out of there.
I can bam Dietrich away. It's just
Well, if you can bamf Diedrich, no, if you can bamf Zell or Diedrich, I can get only Diedrich. I can't do much further.
well, Zell's not gonna be as easy to find than Dietrich. No offense, buddy.
Yeah, the stealth roll only matters so much when you are a literal lighthouse. Look, I'm telling you how it is.
All right. And you two can fix yourself, right? He looks at the ones next to him.
Clara, oh yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, all right.
What do the clothes here usually look like?
Disheveled.
Just rags do.
Destructive discards. Any humanoid is fine. You just look sad and crushed.
I can fucking do that.
I'll have
To
to
be honest,
try.
I could dimension door there and back and there again.
Just imagine a
Well, we
place
have
with no
a turn.
fashion, Clara.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run all the way over here using my planar. Not what's it called? Fleet of foot to dash as a bonus
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
And then I will grab Diedrich by whatever is handy and bamf him with my cloak.
Son of a bitch.
I forgot you had the cloak.
The cloak is great.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what you're doing. So we'll
Oh.
pause there. Melkor, what are you doing?
I grab Zell and go with.
Yep. Frigga will simply vanish. She even dragons cannot spot her.
I see.
And
Oh, I guess you need to tell us a direction before we start walking.
Think you would have. Yeah. I mean,
Exactly. what
yeah,
I'm
you,
doing.
North-
you at least
north
know to go the
northeast.
way you were going.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The building with the blue marking on it.
Right, got ya.
It's like 5 buildings with blue markings in the same direction.
Okay, the teal marking. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is going to require. I'm gonna have Frigga give me the stealth check, and I'm gonna have the 2 that are just looking sad give me a. All right, we're gonna get creative here. I will
Problem.
allow you to give me a couple of possibilities. It could just be performance. It could be deception. It could be a charisma-based stealth check.
Performance, you say?
Well, this is for these 2.
I know.
For
What is
Clara and oh yeah,
I did this wrong. I should have
I'm
that group.
going to go deception.
I think Clara is as well.
What does Clara have in deception?
4.
I am going to guidance her.
Is hers better than yours?
No, mine's an 8.
Oh, you're
That's
giving
why
her
I'm
the
going to
guidance.
guidance
You're-
her.
That's right. That's right. Okay, yeah, she will possibly need it. Alrighty then.
Nice.
I didn't need it.
Oh fuck.
Very nice.
Well, it's both 20
Oh,
plus.
good shit.
You two, you two kind of just the sunken eyes, the drooped shoulders, the general look of hopelessness. It's quick. It's quick. The change and those 2, you two sets fuck off. This is all shit everyone can do in a round. Luckily for you. technically Melkor and Zell. You probably end up somewhere in the vicinity of these two.
Oh yeah.
You don't know exactly where you're aiming.
That's okay. We're just gonna look for a little deeming light of ball when we're walking around.
Absolutely. You two back here in this building just kind of just assume the depression and begin walking. You notice a couple dragons fly overhead, and you hear what sounds to be a couple more just out of sight. That you had
cower appropriately.
Oh yeah, you it is the proper amount of cower. It is enough to be like, no, don't hurt me, but not. But it's also to the point like, if you kill me, you kill me, whatever.
Mm.
It's that kind of forlorn. They give you one sideways glance and they forget about you. Frigga is gonna give me another stealth check. That is a 42. That's her
She
crit, by the way. That is-
Localized fog appears.
Luckily for a Gloomstalker, a place filled with gloom like this is just perfect for her. And she all
Only
but
thing better is the Underdark.
she could fucking tickle the dragon's gooch and get away with it. So you all will avoid an encounter with what would have been 4 young red dragons, 3 Gith knights, and 1 other Gith. Some type of commander.
Yeah, that wouldn't have gone south.
Oh, it would have been bad. Oh, it would have been bad. Oh man, it would have been real bad. Especially because when
Would
she
have been
killed
fun.
Oh
It would have
no.
been fun. Yeah.
I would
It
imagine.
would have fucked all our plans to hell and back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine that, like, as everyone's showing up, I'm still just standing here cussing out Argus, who's probably ignoring me at this point.
Oh yeah.
I thought he would put a.
I'm probably
gag in your
talking
mouth.
to Vera at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm still
yeah,
trying to cuss you
absolutely.
out. I don't
While-
care.
Yeah,
I tune you out. That's a skill I've learned.
Oh, absolutely, it is absolutely. While everyone is catching up, you do pop into the office. This little quaint place, little rundown, but usable. And Vera looks up. There's a moment as you appear in a flash of light that you find a blade at your throat, which steadily lowers.
Yeah, I look at her and in GIF, fucking dragon riders in the district. The fuck is this?
She
Fucking
she
bullshit.
like
I don't
she
want to
look
fucking be here.
she lowers the blade. Like you look at her, it's there's no insight check needed. She is tense. Like she's very clearly on fucking edge. And she goes to sit down in a chair and kind of like rubs her temples a little bit. I know. Something has them on edge as of late.
Any idea?
I have no idea.
That is very worrisome. You normally have a finger on everything happening here.
Yes, I know, which is part of the reason we've been so on edge. Almost gave you a Githyanki necktie.
Yeah, would have taken the normal route, but well, this one stands out.
You.
This is Diedrich, one of my companions. He'll be helping.
Is this all still in GIF?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand an insult when I hear one.
Oh yeah. Oh, is he always this? I
He
hesitate
just,
to say
like-
bright.
He just nods his head in like disappointment.
Ah.
This is him being subtle.
Well, luckily we don't need you to be subtle. At least not right now.
A few others will be coming along. They should be fine. I haven't had any screaming yet.
Good. He just breathes for a moment. She is high strung to high heaven. Slowly the others start making their way in. Clara, Kaothi join. You're pretty sure Frigga slips in at some point. You direct Melkor and Zell here.
I assume it's just us from us two, given that we would just look like people wandering in from the street.
Yeah.
I think Argus can like tell your mannerisms at this point because
There is
know,
also the
David
gear on
enemy and
you.
shit.
I got a 28
I was
deception.
gonna say, you might be able to
Okay,
see
sure,
Clara's
I could
bullshit.
roll on that. So-
KOC, yeah.
I
KOC at the
imagine
very
like
least. Like, who is this random man?
Yeah, I think I recognize you.
You spot the gear.
well,
Oh, what a
fine, but this means I have to start shipping now. You just crit to know my mannerisms on site. Not after
Argus.
I'd started talking, on site.
Argus has been paying attention.
Apparently.
Amazing.
Disgusting 32.
You all start gathering as Vera's just taking a drink of probably some manner of booze.
Yeah, I will look for a cup myself.
Oh no, absolutely. Some will be provided to you, not to anybody else. They get water.
Yeah, they're just schmucks.
Yeah, they get water. No booze.
Alright. Vera does know common, I imagine.
She
but-
does. Oh, 100%. She knows many languages.
Yeah. Alright, these are the ones we're taking on this mission. Get rid of Pradak.
Oh, good. Okay. She takes a moment to size you all up. Kind of looks you all battle scarred. You all at least look like you can fight. Okay.
Bullshit.
Well, aside from your rather untoward welcome, usually the Dragon Riders aren't in this district. Hopefully you won't be dealing with them too much until we deal with our little problem.
Is this a normal raid they're doing? Or related to all the nonsense going on here?
We're not too sure yet. Whatever they're doing, it's big, and it's a new threat. That's most of what we have now. And whatever it is causing a few of our sources to indiscriminately disappear as well. So while it has them spooked, it's also apparently not good for us.
The only thing I know would get them riled up this bad is mind flayers, but
That's
well, everyone would know if it was Illithids.
That's the current fear.
Fuck.
At least out of the known possibilities, there's a rumor going around that admittedly exists on thin ice, but is a rumor going around nonetheless that nautiloids have resurfaced.
You see Arx's eyes open wide.
Yes.
When it rains, it fucking pours, doesn't it?
Yes, the universe seems to be slowly unraveling at the seams as we speak.
More than you know.
Probably, but the universe isn't my problem.
Good time we've heard that recently, isn't it?
Well, you know what Parak is up to right now?
Currently, he is supposedly returning from some excursion dealing with some manner of creature that had been causing them trouble. It may have been an older dragon. We believe that started getting a bit aggressive in its territory. But he should be returning from that within about, well, soon. Time, as you know, is weird here.
If you can even call it time.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to hit him in the city. That's just
No.
doom.
Our plan is to be catching him and his fleet on the way back. We have a plan. We're going to set up an ambush for him. We have.
Whereabouts?
Well, I will give you. This is the rough This is a 2-scale rough approximation of the route that they are taking. It is a route filled with debris from various rocks, dead creatures, strewn about ships from previous battles. One that gives them a lot of cover, and that is used often as a kind of a main like through road for the Gith of Turna. Taking this route, it'll take him probably. We have, I would guess, about 8 or 9 sleep cycles to prepare. The road will look something like this. With the blue on the map being the city.
Hmm.
How do I scan? Whatever. We have several countermeasures prepared that our people are currently stretched thin and would appreciate some assistance in executing, which would make all of our lives easier in dealing with this.
Sounds good. I do owe you after all.
Yes, you do, and this would do quite a bit to repay that. The first one we have, near where he's currently stationed and is going to be for the next several sleep cycles, there's been a large pack of astral chimera spotted in the area that, with some of our ships, he may be able to, and a specially designed tool we've made for this purpose, may be able to steer in his fleet's direction. Be a
Prove
bit
a good
dangerous.
distraction.
Oh yes, and a pack of this size, probably our numbers estimated about 50 to 60 of them, would cause a decent amount of damage to the people and equipment as well. And might be able to buy you a few more days to prepare if they're particularly chaotic.
Speaking of his fleet,
Hmm.
what's the complement? Does he have dragon riders with him?
There are several dragon riders. Not great in number, they're all stationed on his ship. Several smaller vessels accompanying him. All, what would be, for your all understanding, the equivalent of caravels. And his, what would be the close approximation to material plainsman? Galleon.
All right.
The forces in total over the ships are about, roughly our numbers indicate, probably a little over 100. Each of which is a more than capable fighter. And then, of course, you know, Bardak himself, who is more than a match for, well, most anyone.
Well, we wanted to slay him, but with everything going on, but if we take him in alive, get some intel.
That would be the best way. However, if it becomes a necessity to us winning this battle, it won't be the worst thing.
He'll nod. And the ship I intend to take for myself, is it among them?
Yes.
And the galleon, well, you can do what you want with the galleon.
Oh,
She'll
yes,
be
it will
good
do
for your fleet.
much for us. it is a sizable ship with some interesting equipment, so we've heard on it. Won't affect you all too much. It's more so ship-to-ship type equipment that we're interested in on it, so... Supposedly some magical implements for combat and such and travel, but nothing you won't find in any of our solar sloops.
Very good. Well, when do we attack this or direct this horde of Chimera?
Well, there's several other possibilities that might interest us. There is an old Gezerai monk that is loosely aligned with us in our unification that you might be able to convince to whip up some psychic storms for their travel, which admittedly won't do terribly much in terms of damaging them, but will more than likely do a lot in wearing their bodies and minds down for when the encounter truly happens.
This is Zerf?
Hmm?
This monk? Is he a Zerf?
Let me double check, because they have so many
Zerf
fucking
are like
terms for Gith.
the super boys.
It is so unwritten about that anytime I type it in, like into like Forgotten Realms,
Yeah.
there's nothing,
Yep.
and it's infuriating how little there is on the Gith. Yes, probably not an easy sell. More than likely, have to do much to convince him, but if you can, it will do a lot for us in the combat.
Well, they might also know more about what's going on. If it is Illithids, they'll be sure to know.
This is true. If it is psionic in nature, Zerth will certainly at least be somewhat in the know. Rather sensitive to those kinds of things.
Were there other possibilities?
With the recently, believe, riled up dragon, it's possible that some of the creatures in the Astral Sea have started banding together. I believe a few of them were amassing under this dragon that they dealt with, which could be what riled them up, as well as we don't really know. There are few things that would pose enough of a threat to rile them up this much.
Well, I'd say the Zerf is the best option, but if we have time, we might be able to do both.
Possibly. Well, there are several other possibilities we have prepared. We've been preparing for this for a long time. Along the route, there is an infestation of these strange astral creatures. I say an infestation. There's a pair of these strange creatures that are inhibiting us from getting a true defensive foothold. If these were to be cleared out, we could set up a proper ambush.
Is it possible to use these things to our advantage as well?
It's possible. From what we've seen, they attack more or less indiscriminately anything that encroaches on their territory, or what they consider their territory. They have this strange light-based power. They're like made of the sea itself.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Battle happens to be one of the few things I'm good at.
No, it is a viable strategy, one that would be admittedly a bit risky to execute if it were to turn back on us, if they were to attack us while engaging with the fleet. But if it did work, could do much for us. Regardless, the fourth possibility we have is along this side of the route they will be taking. There are a number of, we'll call them our arcane stabilizers of sorts that keep what is on the other side of that route outside. It is this type of what we'll call, I have to find it, an astral field, a radiant field, solar field. It has a number of names we call it by. That is home to some manner of creature that we leave to its own, that everyone leaves to its own out there. That keeps out its radiant light. If we were to disable a couple of these before they realized it, could do a lot to at least burn a number of their smaller ships and deal with a number of the bigger ones.
Is it possible disabling this field would also drive the Chimera towards the ships?
Not likely. They are a bit further away. They're on the other side of the path.
Ah, okay.
But
What about those things that happen to be
possibly.
getting
It's
in the
diff-
way?
It's difficult to say, mostly due to the fact that they exist on a similar wavelength to the energy in that field. So it's hard to say if it would do anything to them at all.
Might even empower them.
Possibly.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as well.
Which, in tandem with this last possibility, if we don't want to deal with the stabilizers, we have another type of tool at our disposal that will require a bit of setup and hiding before the encounter, but it is a large force-based cannon that admittedly probably won't do much in the way of damage, but has the raw force behind it to push large vessels great distances. That could simply, instead of taking the field to the ships, take the ships to the field.
Could be very effective.
Could. Especially if done in tandem with taking out the stabilizers, it could incinerate some of these smaller ships entirely.
Could use the old monk to the storm to guide to hide the cannon.
It's possible. You can convince him to assist us.
Would you all be able to get the stabilizers back online afterwards? I assume that'd fuck up all of your travels later if they were
It would.
permanently fucked.
No, it will affect us as well, but if we know about it, we will at least be able to prepare accordingly.
Oh, true.
They will have to be fixed afterwards. It would be mutually, it's beneficial for everyone if they're fixed afterwards.
But the Shazloku are small, and whatever effect this will have will be greater on Tunnarath as a whole.
Exactly, which means, after this is dealt with, if they are brought down, Tunnarath will likely be the ones to fix them anyway.
Well,
that
it
makes
sounds like
sense, but Mazel Tov.
we won't have enough time to do all of these things.
At least not all together.
Yeah.
You think about it.
But I'd
So
say-
how exactly are you planning on controlling the Chimera?
They have a particular food source that we have distilled.
Bait.
Yes. We need to gather them up, rile them up, and launch this bait towards the ships.
So what you're looking for at that particular case is stealth and speed.
Yes.
Well, between you and I, Argus, we have speed.
Plenty of it. Can you mark on the map where the Zerth is?
The Zerth you would find is because here we'll do this because you all are we'll use Argus because this is your Argus. You all are here ish. I will use this gift one for the Zerth. He is out way a ways over here. The Astral Chimera are out in the out just west of the pathway, out over here. The strange astral creatures are about at the halfway point, about and the stabilizers are. I gotta have a good. Come on, you tell me I don't have a good crystal token readily available. I always have good crystal tokens readily available. God damn, I am hungry. Fucking hell. Alright,
Because you want blueberry pancakes.
I want something. I want some fucking eggs. God damn.
I also had sausage and gravy, which was amazing.
Ah, sausage and gravy.
Biscuits, oh yeah.
Oh man. Fuck, that sounds good.
It was good.
Be annoying that I can't find this thing. But the stabilizers are strewn out kind of along the like the edge of the path along this way, keeping out the astral field. The radiant field, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, well, I'd say the Zerf is a high priority because
I
that can
agree.
aid in any of our efforts. The strange creatures is also pretty important. Where's the cannon? Or is it something we have to like bring
The
there
cannon is
ourselves?
something you would have to bring out and set up, and as well as conceal, so that because it basically, if you wanted to fire them into the astral field, it has to be basically perpendicular to them, so it'll have to be concealed.
Yeah, so we could potentially set it up like somewhere around here, so that when they're going past this, that we can blast them into here. Then we have this fortified spot to, fight the rest of them.
And if we have a, if we can time it right, we can have someone bring in the chimeras from their flank. So instead of fighting from one front, they'd be fighting from multiple.
So yeah, I think our main choice we have, because we can probably do most of these together, is either we do these two and then split up. One of us sets up the cannon and deals with the chimera, and the others go to disable the field, or we choose one and make sure our efforts are felt when we go there.
Better to definitely succeed on one than to try for too many.
Yeah, and pushing the ships, even if the field is not disabled, will still be useful.
Oh yes. Just if the field were to be disabled in tandem with that, the smaller ships would all but almost certainly fry.
The Astral Chimera would not really discern friend or foe. They would be an issue for us as well, correct?
Yes.
So I'd say we focus on the field then. That way we have all the cards and no obstacles.
So what do you think? Just taking the chimera out of the equation entirely?
Yeah, I'd say so. They might get, a few of them might be in piqued their interest by the ships, but I think we ignore them for now.
Makes sense. Yes. Because I was thinking about either that or using them to buy us more time to set up everything else.
Well, being able to throw shit at you, and I could just be like, go plan a thing. I'll sit here.
How many of the crystals will we have to sabotage in order for this to be effective?
More than likely, just one or two.
Do they have guards?
There are patrols, though they are not typically well guarded, in that it is beneficial. In that it is usually beneficial that everyone keep them up.
And these patrols, Dragon Riders, I presume?
Oh yes.
We were thinking
Usually in
probably these
trios.
two.
Well, if we know we're dealing with them, we can deal with them. It'll be a bit fraught, but I assume their squadrons will be split for a while and reinforce each other as needed.
Likely.
You happen to know the patrol schedules?
We do. Of there, we have a pretty good idea. With them spooked, they might be switching it up, but at the very least, we have what it has been like.
Old data's better than no data, but not much.
Don't rely on it, but yes, it will be beneficial.
How long would it take for us to travel, like, to the monk, for instance?
With a small vessel provided to you, it won't. I mean, it'll be small and nothing fancy, and something able to get you out of Turinrath. It's Turinrath.
Like
yeah,
an
again.
an astral rowboat, basically.
An astral dinghy. Yeah,
Rope.
effectively.
It's the roke. It's the roke.
Effectively. Because you are not a fleet that is having to prepare to move, it will take you not a lot of time to cover this space. You could probably make it to the Zerth with about probably a half a day's travel.
Alright, it's about the same distance over here. Well,
Yeah.
actually a bit longer.
Yeah, there and there you are traveling through a field a little bit. The time there is a little bit longer, but it's not too much.
And then we'll just be around this area, and we can cover that pretty easily. With the whole, potentially having to rest after these fights.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking about these creatures? Getting rid of them entirely or trying to turn them to the purpose?
Well, once we are there and can get some information, we can make that decision. But I think for now, we assume we have to deal with them. If they can be reasoned with or manipulated, we'll see.
All else fails, we can just start throwing out that bait scent, see if we can catch something with it.
Oh, maybe.
We've done stupider shit before.
Mhm.
I don't know if Diedrich will notice this, because I don't know how well he is at noticing things at the best of times, but, Argus is mildly proud that he's not making a fool of himself at this meeting. So,
And it's funny because it's the only thing that like large group battle strategies and combat itself. That's it. It's
not even mildly proud. He is pretty proud. He's just still hiding it because that's his nature.
Diedrich is a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
yeah, no, if you need him focused and driven forward, like honestly, he was still muttering, and then she starts talking about like the battle plan, and he's like,
Oh.
So-
Melkor, do you have the scroll?
oh, the scroll.
Scroll of Sending.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Not that one. He gave that one away.
Oh, did he? I can't remember if he gave that one.
I had
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that one up.
You gave it to the Sphinx.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking, I was like, oh, the scroll.
I
I'm-
do have the scroll of
Funny.
sending.
Give it to Vera. That way we can keep in touch.
No, my scroll.
It only links to this one.
I know.
Yeah, but what if I want to talk to you and you're like on the other side of the room?
You'll get it back.
Then
Don't
sure,
worry.
you get it back. This will make
Oh,
life
he's still
easier.
disgraceful. Pat him on the shoulder. It's okay, buddy. We'll get you a better one.
A +1 scroll.
Yeah.
It's not 2 scrolls. It's a scroll
Diedrich-
plus 1.
Still play with your toys.
So
I
are
am
we
playing with my
going?
toys. These are my toys.
Are we going separate for the Zerth and the canon stuff, or are we all going together?
I'd say we stick together for now. We only have one ship to travel with, and the Zerth, I don't foresee any trouble with him. Well,
Mm.
not physical trouble, at least.
Zell, how good are you with monks in general? Because you did a lot with Butler Dude.
I think he's dead.
Probably.
He went to
But-
sleep.
Yeah, he probably did best by that then. Keoth will float the idea of him taking some of the lead on that, given that he's got some kind of psychic link to monks.
Well, to be fair, I was accepted by one. Well, my ancestors were.
Well, the Gipsderi are knowledge seekers. They may appreciate an exchange.
We do have some pretty obscure individuals here.
Mm,
Yeah, no, I'll go wherever y'all need me.
great.
All right, is the ship ready for us?
Yes, it can be ready to leave whenever. I've been keeping it prepared, hoping you be showing up sometime soon.
Well, we'll keep you updated on the scroll. Let us know if any intel comes in.
Yes, we'll make sure to keep you apprised. Well, hopefully,
You have
this will all go well.
I do have one question before we go up on our way.
Hmm.
The size of your ambush fleet, as well as the way they plan on coming in. That way we don't accidentally booby trap the wrong places.
Several. I don't know what your material plane equivalent would be. Describes what would effectively be like your standard sailing ship size, like bigger than a
Yes,
caravel,
sloop?
smaller than a galleon. It'd be sloop. I mean, yeah,
No,
Yeah,
so
yes,
caravel is like a type of ship. Sloop is like a size of ship.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Something
maybe
like that.
frigates, if they're
Yeah.
bigger than sloops. Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Just I'll let us start describing, and they'll be like, tell us what it is, and Argus will let us know if we're fucking up.
Yeah. But you'll translate and get that information.
Well, I'm also a sailor by trade as well, so it's like
Yeah.
that's why I was.
And force of about, assuming everyone is covered, well, assuming those who are projected to be fully fighting fit by then are about a force of about 70 strong.
So not much
Alright.
outside of the norm. We're outnumbered as usual.
Yes,
And your preferred route, if we can maintain it.
preferably, we'll be able to set up at the midway point. Right about in the middle of the territory of the strange twilight creatures.
And then strike from the flank as they pass, full broadside.
Oh yes.
How long will you need to disguise and get in position once we've dealt with them?
As soon as possible would be nice. But
No, how long do you need to do that? Like how many
time,
days?
at our fastest, we can get a couple ships and everyone set up in position, concealed, over the course of travel time, 3 days.
3 days.
Would
All right.
be 3 days, because you keep going to places where time doesn't matter.
Yeah. we have some other term for time here.
yeah.
Three
Three
sleep
sleep
cycles.
Three
Yep.
sleep cycles.
Cycles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most everyone, elves aside, well, even still elves to an extent, work on a 24-hour cycle. So
It's like you can stay up for a really long time in this place. It's just you do get tired still
yeah,
after a while.
body still wears and tears, and the brain needs to rest.
Yep.
I think that's easily accomplishable. Considering we have, you said 7 to 8 sleep cycles before they start moving again?
About us projected.
Projected, of course.
We can never rely on that, but yes.
Well, we get the most important things done, being the Zerf, the creatures, and the cannon. And if we have time, we can worry about the crystals and potential
Chimera.
creatures. But yeah,
Mhm. I believe that's a good strategy. What do you guys say?
Sounds good to me.
Got a backup plan?
Your usual backup plan: running away.
Yeah,
Well,
get the fuck
my-
out.
my
Yeah,
backup
live
plan
to
is
fight another day is always useful.
you know, Parak is a prideful soul. I could challenge him to single combat, but he's quite the warrior.
Vera looks at you like eyes wide, like.
You mean as a distraction, right?
He does not answer.
And you call me the dumb one.
I mean, every plan's great until it makes contact with the enemy. Is all I'm saying. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much stronger you've gotten, but you know him.
I have some new tricks up my sleeve. But yeah, let's focus on plan A.
That. Ooh, let me tell you, I have his stat block, and boy howdy.
Boy. Got some learning to do.
Eat you like a Happy Meal. He is his because you've seen him before. His stat block works kind of similar to kind of similarly to Gareth's. He's a pretty good duelist.
Yep.
Was he a swashbuckler too?
Not quite. His is more of an NPC stat
Oh.
block, but he pulls from things like Hexblade and Swashbuckler.
Oh,
And he is a
oh,
pirate,
no,
so
worse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's
It's
way
a-
worse.
It's a menagerie.
He's not.
It's a
He's not.
menagerie.
He's not a level 20 character sheet. He's an NPC who pulls off of level 20 character sheet.
thankfully he's not a wizard, so he can't just
Not a
power and
wizard.
kill us.
He's not a wizard. No, he's not a caster. He is a martial character.
Which makes it more concerning,
Mhm.
really. So wizards you could kill pretty easily if you put some effort in.
Oh no.
Well, we don't have time to debate any longer, I guess.
Let's get to work done.
Mhm.
All right. I'll see you all to our dock then. Little secret exit.
Is it an
and-
underground exit?
Yes.
Good. I just wondered if we needed to full body cover up Daedric.
Oh no. We're spending, especially these days, as little time above ground outside as possible.
Fair.
Question.
And considering who you're with, I trust you all not to breathe a word of this to anyone, because that'd just be dumb. Yes.
Not for you. For Yahweh.
Oh God, yes. Hello. Hello. My son.
So like
much
I would
further.
imagine at this point we're starting to move underground and stuff like
Yes,
that.
you are being directed Yes, you're being directed into the God Corpse.
Yes. So does the feeling change as we move?
A little bit. Just a little bit. To the sense of it is definitely concentrated at a point. You feel it like towards what would be this thing's chest.
Okay. I kind of want to go there, but I'll just mark it for later.
Mark it
bring
on your
this
map.
Yeah. Do you bring this up, or is you just mental note?
I imagine I kind of bring it up with Kaothi because he would be probably the other one who would get the feeling as well, being the other divine caster here.
It's kind
And
of
then-
weird. I'm not feeling it like you are, though.
Yeah.
It just feels itchy to
feel
me.
It's like a connection. I can feel the connection.
As you're all heading down, it's impossible for Vera not to hear this conversation. We're talking about the spark of divinity, you feel?
Yes.
You look like someone who'd be sensitive to that. Highly recommend anytime in the near future you don't head to it.
Why?
Well, two reasons. One, somebody already has dibs on that. As long as the queen is around, you're going to have a hard time getting close to that. Secondly, the queen has a hard time getting close to it due to whatever it is else that lives in the chest of this thing.
Huh.
Explain.
I would if I could. There's something that keeps the queen's forces from getting at that.
Tell us all your secrets.
We don't know what it is, and from our reports, she doesn't know what it is.
Maybe it's a monitor.
Well, I was wondering if you know what god it is. Because if you've got a link.
I could try to spend a couple minutes before we leave to attempt to tap into it.
Well, good luck. As far as we know, this corpse is older than the Gith.
So is a monitor.
We don't know that. We don't know how old the Gith are.
Justice is eternal.
I'd say very likely the Minotaur would be older because he is one of the ancient gods, correct?
Yeah, he is from the before time. So it's the most likely thing is a Monitor is one of the first batch, and if this thing's older than the Gith, this thing was also part of that first batch of gods. There's a good chance they're similar in age.
Okay, here's a good question, Diedrich.
Mhm.
Does a Minotaur know of the elephant?
Well,
Have
there
you heard
are.
of them?
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, you would have heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Then you can assume he's older.
I think I've fought a couple in my time.
Do you know what the elephants
fa-
were?
Squid
before
faces.
What they are now? No. They spanned everywhere. They had an empire that was everything. Now they are just a sliver of their former self, and they are still powerful.
I've had to take care of pockets of cultists and deviants who had ties with them in the past, but
Vera chimes in as you're walking down this rough staircase, hewn out. It's straight up hewn out of this corpse. It is a stone-like substance you are walking down into.
Hmm.
Though that might be changing if the rumors are to be true.
as in-
Really?
The rumors?
We
Tell me
mentioned
more.
earlier.
You think
They have
they
their-
that
If
They're
they have
So
their
the-
nautiloids back, if they have their nautiloids back, they're going to gain a much bigger foothold than they had previously.
I did encounter a nautiloid in my travels a few months ago. If they are really that widespread, then well, we'll
Well,
have bigger issues than the Queen.
if they even have one, if they have one, they can make more.
Also, it's also kind of one of the reasons I don't like Drow or the Underdark. Because for some strange reason, they seem to always have really close relations with Illithids.
Where they were driven
Well-
to after their mass extinction.
It's natural that one piece of shit would follow another.
Freaking squid heads.
I'm gonna guidance Diedrich if he does want to spend some time trying to fucking vibe with the dead god.
Yeah, all Vera will do is at least direct you to this little kind of under the hand kind of makeshift like dock they have, and
Well-
we'll let you do as you will.
Before
would
we split up with her, I want to ask her something in GIF. Once the group has separated a bit.
Hmm.
Once we've dealt with this, I'd be remiss if I didn't offer to help with whatever's happening with the Illithids. I can't go into much detail, but my true goal is bringing balance to the planes, and the astral plane is very important for everything.
Arguably the most important.
Indeed.
We'll need it. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
Feels like old times.
A little bit. Like it better
good
be
luck.
calm.
Yeah,
Before she-
calm is good, but
Or even still relatively calm.
there is a life when it comes to spending every moment in danger. There's something about it that just feels right.
It does have a charm. Well, we will appreciate the help. We're going to need it. Don't get yourself killed before the raid.
Of course. And he'll give a predator handshake.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck.
Before she goes,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to. As we were coming down the staircase, did I happen to notice any like offshoots or rooms or anything like that?
A couple.
I ask if I can borrow one of those for a couple of minutes.
I mean, don't expect any privacy. They're mostly barracks and the like.
No, I just any place that would be closer to the heart would probably be better for what I'm attempting to do.
The stairway and the offshoots go pretty much down. None of them really reach out over,
Okay.
really. So the best you could get is like a side room that's technically like basically 30 feet closer than you were previously.
Yeah, well, it's more within the body than being on top of the body or underneath the body.
True.
That's what I was going for.
That you can do. That is fair. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Well, I informed Kaothi of what I'm trying.
I can also potentially enhance ability since it'll take us a full day to even get to the GIF. Hopefully we're not fighting too hard today.
Makes sense.
So I could do either, because they're both concentration.
Which one would be more effective, do you think? You know your abilities better than I do.
It depends what you're doing.
Um,
Enhance ability is effectively you get advantage. So
okay. That
the
would definitely
I
be
think
useful.
the higher your buff, the better it is to have enhance ability. The lower your buff, the better it is to guidance.
I can give you guidance and
Oh, yep.
Oh, there we go. Both!
both
Both is good. Both.
That's why I took it, just so we could, cheese
You
this.
dumb shit.
Yeah, and it's generally been wisdom to do god shit, hasn't it? Or would it be charisma?
So, I think for me it's charisma.
For you, it's charisma because
You're
that's how you can pick.
paladin.
Yeah.
And my charisma is a 4, so or
Alright, here-
18, depending on how you look at it.
Here comes the eagle splendor then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So you get
fun
advantage for the
time.
billowing cape. That's all I
Your
ask
dick
for.
looks a little bit bigger.
a little bit bigger. Yep. This don't work, so. Alrighty. So, advantage,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna roll a 4 d4 after I roll.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
At 18.
18. You take a moment in this little room inside the body proper and kind of try to feel it out. And I mean, without a doubt, I mean, there is 100% a spark of the divine still in this thing.
Hmm.
You can feel it kind of almost like very faintly, very, very faintly, but steadily pulsing.
Is there a way for me to? I don't know how to word this without like sounding crude about it. Just kind of like tap into the pulses and like kind of follow them in.
On that, you try to tap into it and feel it. Should I roll for that? This is not because you've made the check. 18's not bad on a straight stat check. Give me what I'm going to say is a charisma save.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Well, I think you have advantage anyway because you're stalwart
Yeah.
or whatever, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Oh shit,
So-
forgot about
A 20
Nice.
fucking 7. A 12 would have been bad. A 20
that. 12 would have been.
because whatever this god's domain was, it's not light.
Yeah, of course. Of course not.
Oh, Diedrich, you're learning so well from Melkor. I'm proud.
The butt. I
He's
must
touching it.
squeeze
He's
it.
touching it.
But you.
You're doing it, Peter.
You tap into this god's this the kind of like the god's ley lines almost, as it were. You kind of you feel it out, and there is this. How do I describe this? Okay. There is a sense of death about it, but it's not bad. It's not inherently bad. The death is what it is on its own. It's not an evil force.
Kind of like chaotic.
Yeah, kinda. On a level,
Okay.
it's definitely different from the vibe you feel when Kaotha uses Cure Wounds or whatever on you. You feel that magic.
Yeah.
But on a philosophical level, it's similar.
Okay. Is there anything I can pull from it, or
When you say pull from it, what do you mean?
well, I understand that I'm not going to like physically, probably not physically get anything from it.
No,
but
for sure.
yeah, but I mean, like, I guess either whether it be understanding or kind of words are hard. Yeah, kind of like an understanding or a deeper understanding of it, or maybe a direction of the thing, because as we know, like, while gods are dead, they're not dead.
No, they really don't ever actually die.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say you get the you get the sense with these rolls, this thing is about as close to dead as you think a god can possibly get.
Mhm.
Like a Minotaur still gives you power. A Minotaur technically exists, although weakly and faintly. Like he's
Right.
there. This thing is. It is comatose to a whole nother level of comatose.
Ooh. I just had
Like,
I
This
just had a brain
thing's
thought.
this thing's name is not. This thing's name doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
It has this overbearing sense of the sense of death and darkness,
Right.
and it's an unpleasant sense for you, the paladin of
Yeah.
light and justice, but it's not inherently evil.
Is it? I'm gonna flex the laws of probability here as far as they will go.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it possible for me to, like, now that I'm kind of within the movement,
Mm-hmm.
to tether it using myself to a monitor?
Yes, Melkor.
Why?
I approve.
I just had a thought.
From touching the butt to
You
fucking.
didn't touch. I was about to say you didn't
Get
just touch
in
the
there.
butt. You put your finger in it.
Okay. I'm going to ask as to why.
So I'm thinking of this kind of like when you look at a battery,
Uh-huh.
right? You have two
Uh-huh.
batteries within a machine.
Right.
When one battery is functioning better than the other, the energy from one battery from the worse of the two helps feed the stronger one.
Okay. All right. I see what you're getting at now. Okay. To siphon this thing, you will
Mhm.
need to get added spark,
Okay. Okay.
which you cannot access directly from here.
Right. I'm just trying to get
Yeah.
get the feeling of like, is this something I can do? Is this like
I will tell you with these checks, theoretically, yes.
D&D, theoretically, anything.
However, you got to get through the Lich Queen's forces, and then whatever is keeping the Lich Queen's forces from this thing's core.
okay?
You need to
Okay.
get this thing's spark to siphon it. To give a Monitor a jump.
It's pretty much what I'm doing. Just
I like where your head's at. Take inspiration.
I like your bullshit theory. Let's see.
I would
Let's see if
encourage
you
this kind of shit.
survive.
Yeah.
That's my real.
I'm pulling a full Thor freaking end game. Like you're about to take the
DM.
power of a sun.
Yeah,
Only
Yeah,
if
can
I
I
die.
get the jumper leads and jump start my god?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
I'm like I'm hooking one end to the old god, one end to my nipples, and then hooking the other.
Are you the ground in this
Yeah.
equation? Is that what you are?
It's pretty much.
He's the cable. He's the cable.
He's the cable. That's right.
Just gonna redirect this energy straight into my god. And
That's funny.
maybe my god will come. Maybe he or she will come back evil this time. You just never know.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be like, holy shit! What was that?
Yeah,
Either
speaking
that
of
or he's
endgame, it's you're gonna take the power of an entire star into your body,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
this will kill you. Not if I
Only
survive.
if I die.
That's
Yeah, not if I- yeah,
That's what killing you means.
There's still 0.01% chance I make it. Damn it.
So
So
you're
what's it
saying there's a
There's
chance?
Okay, I imagine I come out of this like
I'm so
trained like a
proud you're just-
motherfucker.
I'm just proud you're filling the paladin archetype in this group always. and
Yep.
Surely.
Yep.
Good shit, mate. Good shit.
Yes.
I imagine I
No,
come
I
out of
care
this
when you
like
die
exhausted
and
like a
you die.
motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. We'll get true resurrection eventually.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that if that's how you go out, that's a damn good way to go out.
That's a damn good way to go out.
Yeah.
A couple millennia later, your god just goes, "Oh, what was his name? I don't remember."
He was a good guy though. He was a good
Fucking
guy.
asshole.
It's a good guy.
Was it DD? I think it was
Dee
DD.
Dee.
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
woman.
man.
Great woman. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him in here. So yeah, no, I kind of come out of that just like, no, that sucks.
That tracks.
So couple things. One, either it's because it's dead, or I think it might be a death god, or have
Huh.
depends on how you look at it. It's really hard with gods.
It's hard to say, especially considering you're reading the ambient energy from Epoch later.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of the two. Still technically alive. Kind of got a heartbeat thing going on.
I didn't think gods could really die.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a thing. I have a dumb idea planned. I'll elaborate
Uh-huh.
on that. On that later, and I believe the whole analogy thing would
our tinkerers of the group would understand pretty well. Using one battery to charge another battery.
The group eventually
Diedrich-
understands that concept.
Diedrich, I say this with all the respect I have for you. You're insane.
You.
I like it.
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Also,
So just to like bring reality into the situation,
yeah.
Why
for
would I
that
do
to
that?
happen,
Yep.
you would have to, well, rather, we would have to
Yep.
kill Vlakith.
Wasn't
Because,
that already a plan?
well, yes, I'm just
Yep,
saying,
yep,
so you
see?
know where we are.
Yep. It's
Um,
just step.
It, because that is the most jealous god bitch, lich bitch in the world.
Understandable.
And-
You
Understandable.
said you were not supposed to say her
She
name
want-
while we're here.
Yeah, but I felt like it needed,
We'll let this
needed
one
the,
go.
it needed the full power of that name. It's not impossible.
No,
but
it's not.
It's
not impossible. Just make sure you put your name and keep your name in the book.
See, here's
that's not enough.
here's the
Oh,
here's
I'll
the
make
really
it reality. Damn it!
here's the really kicker of this whole thing, though. We also, which I have to, judging from what I experienced, I have to go there.
Yeah, that's why we
Do
have to kill Blackheath.
Well, no, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, she just told us that there's something blocking her from getting to it.
Look, if we're trying to kill a
Well-
Lich Queen, we may as well go for whatever other sentries this god has.
Well, you
Yours-
said it was a death god, right? Or at least you
It's
think
either
it
it's
says
it's
it
either
was
I'm fairly certain it's a death god or darkness. It's not evil in the sense of like
like
you
the
know,
queen.
yeah, you know.
Well,
Evil.
what I'd guess from that is, if it is a death god, and it's not just because it is dead,
Yeah.
death and undeath are as opposed as we can get, right,
Mhm.
Keofi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to
So-
use the
No, it could just be that she is barred from it because she
Oh,
it could be
that's
the
a
divinity that way.
thing. That could be
It's
it,
the
yeah.
last chosen defending it is basically.
Could be.
Yeah, it's.
Could be.
But we just don't go in with that assumption.
Oh
Yeah.
no, of course not. No. Yeah.
Of course, it's just like a goblin named Breadsticks. That's
Yeah.
guardian.
That being said, though, I need a nap, and I believe we have a boat to catch.
Yeah, you can sleep on the boat.
Yeah.
Most excellent.
Diedrich.
This is my butt.
And you have caressed it.
My butt.
Oh, right,
there
you
was
have.
full almost penetration.
Yeah,
The Lich Queen feels disturbance of the Force.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
I imagine she probably did. She was like, "What the fuck is
What
that?"
the hell?
I'm sure Zell could make some Eberron nipple clamps, especially for this for you.
Yep, that was exactly what happened. That's the plan right,
in
there.
there. Right in there.
Oh, fuck, this is gonna be
Permanent, never removable.
yes.
Diedrich is a
There's
plug
there.
now. Diedrich is a plug. No longer a banner.
Oh, God.
I'm coming in. Like, even though I imagine the full Tamriel pantheon just went, ugh. Fuck.
Yeah. No shit. This is a.
Just all of them
bad-
shivered and they didn't understand why. They were like, what
Oh,
the?
yeah.
hell?
Oh, God.
And that's what a monitor just whispered in it. Oh god.
That's gonna be interesting.
If you don't make your deity say, "Oh God," while being the paladin, I don't know what.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
But y'all are heading to this Earth first.
Yes.
Seems the wisest choice.
Excellent. I will say, because it sounds like we're going to want a chattier Zell for that one, because Kalistar.
Oh,
that just
yeah,
makes
for
fucking
sure.
sense. We'll save that for next time.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Plus, it's about time anyway.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a good place to stop.
Absolutely. You have the plan.
We
You
have
have been-
multiple plans.
have
And
been
we have the future plan of, once we're not just schmucks and can actually do something about this,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna come back.
I'm almost done. Give me a second.
Oh, man. If you thought a fucking Trigon stat block was insane, Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, yeah.